Welcome back, everyone, to Innovation Alley. We're your hosts. I'm TowelManPurple,
I'm Bjorn, and I'm too tired to be here, but I am anyway.
and because he's too tired, we're going to get some of these sleepless people known as pirates, and make some decks around them. We have two separate color combinations to go over today, but before we do that, first, as I always go into, please like and subscribe down below to stay up to date on the content.
Yeah, because every Tuesday and Friday, unless a freak accident happens and we miss an upload, oops, sorry, we get a new Innovation Alley. So what are you waiting for? Keep up.
That's it. You heard it here first. All right, to start it off, I have brought Emerald Ruby Pirates, and let me tell you, I have got some testing in with this deck, and it
Hmm.
feels fantastic. I absolutely love everything about it. So, the one odd thing about this deck is I only have in the character section 4 copies of Moana at the 1 drop slot. All right,
Hmm.
3/2 body happens to be great, but it can only challenge if you have another captain in play. So this deck does happen to have like Wendy Darling, Captain Hook, Daisy Duck, and the Shift Moana, which we'll go over all of these in a minute. But we have 16 captains that allow you to go through it. Now,
Yeah, and you can still quest with her though. Like,
yes,
even if you don't have a captain, you can still quest. And if they challenge her, they're gonna feel the pain.
exactly. Now, to go along with her at the 1 drop slot, we also have 2 sets of locations. We have 4 Hidden
Hmm.
Cove and 4 Sugar Rush Speedway.
That is interesting.
Yes,
I'm sure you have a good reason for that.
I do, and we'll get to it here in a minute.
Yep.
Now, at the 2 drop slot, we have many's favorite card from this new set in Go
Oh, I
Go
love it.
Tamago, right?
Hmm.
2/2 evasive. When it comes into play, you can pay an additional 2, so it's got a kicker cost, and then
Yep.
you get to gain lore equal to the amount of damage on an opposing character.
Yeah, right. So it's a good 2 drop. It, trades with Diablo, but it's also a
Yep.
good 4 drop if you want to gain some lore.
Yes, so it can do a lot, right? Then there's Experimental Stitch. I
Yeah.
don't know how many people have been playing this card. I've gone over it on a few separate occasions. I really like this card. It opens up the doorway to making people play safe. They cannot exert themselves around a Stitch if you have any amount of ink on the board at all. It just becomes an imminent threat. Then at the 2 drop slot, still, we have Ursula. We like to protect ourselves, right? Ursula allows us
Sure.
to do that. Go ahead and rip a song out from someone's hand and go about our merry way. Now, we also have Lumiere, just a 2/2, and it
Mm.
gives other characters +1 on their attack, right? So their strength. So boosting their strength is essentially to help the majority of this deck to stay out of harm's way from your big Sisus, your Under the Seas, the Muses, basically
Mm.
avoiding some of these bigger removal spells
Yeah.
or targets that people are going to have to try to hinder your ability of playing the game.
Right. So it's both offensive and defensive then.
Yes, very much so. Yes. And then one of my favorite 2 drops from the new set,
Yeah.
Wendy Darling. So she's uninkable, and she's a 1/2 that quests for 1 with evasive. However, as
Yeah.
long as you have another pirate in play, she gains +1 strength and an extra lore pip.
Wow.
So essentially, a 2/2 for 2, the quest for 2, and has
And it's
evasive.
evasive. That's
Yep,
great. So yeah, she can quest for 2, or she can take out a Diablo or something. Awesome.
exactly. And she's also a pirate and a captain. So
Hmm.
kind of sick. Good synergy going on. Now we have Captain Hook. 3 drop 1/4 inkable, quest for 2. When this character is exerted, opposing pirate characters can't quest. When this character is challenged, draw a card. Now, the majority of the characters that are going to be challenging this card are probably with a power of 3. So, most of
So
the
you got to
time,
draw
if
two
they're
cards
really
then.
trying to, yeah, if they're really trying to get this guy off the field by challenging it, it's going to take 2 characters to do so, and you
Right.
could potentially draw 2 cards. So, because of that, nobody wants you drawing cards in this game. Chances are he's going to go unchecked, and it's just like a free 2 lore every turn.
Yeah, they have to have some kind of removal to get rid of him.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Donald Duck, 3 cost 2/3 with 1 lore pip.
Yeah.
But as long as you
But
have a captain, he has the same ability as Piglet. Instead of having 3 characters, you just have
woo,
to have a captain. So he can quest for 3. So a 3 drop that quests
that's
for
awesome.
3. It's 2/3 stat line. I love it. It's
Yeah.
just a way to, start the engines if have you. Then, one of my favorite cards personally, Daisy Duck. 4 cost, 3/3, quest for 2. But her ability is
Yeah.
insane. Whenever one of your pirates quest at a location, you draw a card. That is herself included. Now, this will bring me back to why I play Sugar Rush Speedway.
Right.
Because you can move there for free.
That's pretty smart.
So you get to use, let's just say it's only two characters you're questing with. You're drawing 2 cards the same turn.
That's
She
that's
gives a
insane,
lot of
though.
reach. Gives a lot of reach.
That's really good. I love it.
Yeah, I just wish there was more locations with a free attachment. It'd be so good. Then Goofy.
Nah,
Goofy is one of the cards that we have that's kind of more on the defensive side, but it just gets us the
the
way
rush
to
is
take
in.
some extra lore. Right? He's a 2/4
Yeah.
with rush. You gain 2 lore when you challenge something. But it also has the potential of being a 3/4, or a 3/5, or a 4/5 because we have Hidden Cove.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
so it has a little extra synergy. Then Vanellope von Schweet still to round us on our
I
4
love
drop.
Vanellope so much.
I mean, Bjorn, in the last format, we were running this in Princesses, right?
Oh yeah.
And it
a
still
great princess.
does the job of answering Diablo.
Yeah.
It just, I can't get away from the card. Card's good. Quest for 2. We're in. We're in. Count me in, folks. And then to round it up at the 5 drop slot, our Shift Moana. Now, a lot of people ask why I didn't play this in the red yellow locations in set 4. And it's because the locations at that time weren't relevant for her ability. Okay? Her ability reads, whenever this character quests while at a location, ready all other characters here. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. So, once again, with a card like Sugar Rush Speedway, you can quest with everything and get to ready them. Obviously, outside of the Moana
So
herself.
they all move in there for free. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
even if you don't have the speedway, if you just have the Hidden Cove, it's still only 1 to move them in there.
Yep.
So
Yep. And that's another reason why the Hidden Cove is there. Great added to the stats. 1 to move. It's just all around a great card. And then last but not least, in the deck list, 4 copies of Teeth and Ambition.
Teeth and Ambition.
Card's good. I mean, if you're not in favor of Teeth, that's a-okay. You can also just swap it to Brawl, and it would still be fine. That is the 60 I have here for you guys for Emerald
That's awesome.
Ruby Pirates. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the page a little bit. We're going to move on over to Bjorn's list of Amber Ruby Pirates aggro.
Ooh,
Now, take us away and tell us what you have in this beautiful invention here.
Right. So I actually have a bunch of 1-drops.
This is true.
I have Rabbit, which just... It's like the old Timon card, right? A 1/2 and you get a heal on when you play it, so it might not be relevant, but the healing might not be relevant, but it might also be. Just mostly because I want cheap pirates for reasons.
Yep.
And then
Sounds
Michael
fair.
Darling is just a 2/2 again, and you just want cheap pirates for reasons. We will see later. And Moana, same as you. 3/2 is so good for a 1 cost. And I don't have as many captains as you do. I only have 2 captain cards here, Piglet and Wendy. However, no, I think Mickey also.
Mickey
Sorry,
is.
but captain, yeah. But it's okay. I want to quest anyway, so she doesn't have to challenge. It's just a bonus if she can, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then for the 2 costs, I have Piglet,
I mean, this
of
guy
course,
is the
because
man.
Piglet is a pirate that quests for 3, right? Especially when I have so many 1 costs, I can very easily play a 1 cost and Piglet, and then quest with Piglet on turn 3. Which is very strong.
Yep.
I got Rue over here. Rue is a pirate that says, when you play this character, you may give chosen character -2 strength at the start of your next turn. And I think, again, it's a cheap pirate. I want those. And it helps me challenge something, right? Like, what if you quest with your Moana and you're like, haha, no, there's no way Bjorn can take out my Moana. She has 3 strength. But then I play down Rue and give Moana -2 strength. So she's only a 1/2, and then I take her out with my 1-drop.
Yeah, I think in retrospect,
Mm-hmm.
it also allows that you can just quest away, and if they only have 1 threat on the board, you can stop their threat from challenging and
Sure.
banishing your
Yeah,
character.
sure, that too.
So
Yeah,
it's
that
like
too.
it's like a baby shift Kita for that type
Yeah,
of
it just
reason.
slows the opponent down for a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
And it only costs 2, so it's pretty good for being such low cost. Absolutely.
Lil Roo.
And then we have Winnie the Pooh. Ooh, I love this card. He's so good. He's a 2 cost, 2 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 1, support. I love support.
Support.
If you know me, I love support.
Support's a
Such a
key
good
word.
word. And whenever this character quests, you may pay 1 ink less for the next pirate character you play this turn. That's awesome.
It
So
is.
he quests, you gain a lore, and he gets support someone, and you pay 1 less for the next card you play, I would say, because the whole deck is like pirate characters, so.
I can see this definitely setting up a good turn for challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said,
So
he
if
quests,
you
gives something more strength so it can challenge something big. And then we also can, and again, play cheaper pirates. It's awesome.
right, so let's say you have random 1-drop in play,
Yeah.
and you have Winnie the
And I pay him
Pooh.
on 2.
You're going into turn 3. You
Yeah.
quest with Pooh.
Sure.
Okay, you're gonna give the random 1-drop the attack bonus. You
Yeah.
can play Rue and subtract from whoever you're going to be challenging, and then play another random 1-drop, and then have the
Yeah,
1-drop
exactly.
take that thing out, and it's
Whew.
some decent synergy there. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely. That's how I want to flood the board. Kakamora is the card I want to talk about as well. When you play this character, chosen pirate character gains evasive until the start of your next turn.
It's like
so
a red
for example,
gazelle.
so if I'm worried about Winnie the Pooh, for example, being taken out by one of your characters, I could just give Winnie the Pooh evasive. And I
Yeah.
get to use him again the next turn. You can't do anything about it.
It's another form of protection, or a way to get
Absolutely.
rid of a pesky Diablo.
And most of all, it's another cheap pirate with a decent ability.
Yep.
Like, I have a lot of 1 and 2 cost pirates simply because I want to utilize Winnie's ability as much as possible, just try to flood the board, right?
Makes sense.
We have Mother Gothel.
Mom.
She's a staple in Ember Ruby, which enters play with 3 damage, and of course we have the Rapunzel to take that damage off of her, to draw some cards.
Bjornpunzel, let down your
Yep.
hair.
That's all the card draw we need, right?
It's a good
Wendy
it's a good
Darling.
engine.
Yeah, you also had Wendy Darling. I too have Wendy Darling because she's just awesome. We already talked about her. I am of course going to have another pirate, so she's a 2 cost, 2 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 2 evasive, which is just amazing.
It is really good.
For 3 drops, you got 2 polar opposites. Mr. Smee from the first chapter, Amber Mr. Smee makes a return.
This
I
guy
think he's actually really good.
was Rapunzel's best friend in set 1. So good.
Yeah. And why not, right? 2 strength, slow, yes. He gets taken out by a brawl. So does everything else in my deck. It doesn't matter. They can't have a million brawls. They gotta run out eventually. But yeah, you can challenge something and survive, probably. And then his polar opposite just dropped this set is Pete. Pete's freebooter. He's a 5 strength, 2 willpower. So he can just take out anything.
I mean, he's
Probably,
there. He's a freebooter.
yeah, probably, won't live to tell the tale. Unless I use Rue, perhaps. But he's in there.
I mean, read the flavor text. Pete was always looking for trouble. Now he is finally getting paid for it. It's so good.
I love the flavor on these Lorcana cards. The Lorcana team makes such a great job.
I agree. So good.
But yeah, and then the Rapunzel, and then I have Mickey Mouse. I can't shift him because I didn't find any good small Mickey Mouses that I wanted to play. So I just thought, hey, I just play him for 5, or with Winnie the Pooh, I play him for 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Whenever this character quests, chosen pirate character gets +2 strength and gains. This character takes no damage from challenges this turn.
That's a way to clear some stuff.
That Pete is now a 7 strength character that takes 0 damage when he challenges. So I mean, I just take out whatever and leave to tell the tale.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Yeah. I don't have any actions, but I do have locations. Rare Bjorn deck with locations in it. Jolly Roger. I was a little bit surprised he didn't have this. Huh?
Yeah, so
it's such
in
a
your
classic
version, the concept is exponentially better for this because all of your characters, with the exception of Gothel and Rapunzel, are actual pirates.
Yep. I have so many pirates.
Yeah.
So yeah, like almost everyone can just go there for free, which is also why I don't have Goofy or Vanellope or any other Rush character. I don't need that because I can just play Jolly Roger, and then my entire deck is Rush characters, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I also have Skull Rock, the new pirate location.
See, characters I actually like this card.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Hidden Cove, right? They don't get more willpower, but at least they get the more strength.
Yes.
And at the start of your turn, if you have a pirate character here, gain 1 lore. So basically, the location also gives me lore, which is what you want from a location.
Yes, most certainly.
And especially in my, aggressive list that, just quest very fast and stuff.
Yeah, this thing is ticking every turn, provided it stays alive.
It's just like a Lumiere for you, right? Lumiere or Hidden Cove is the same idea here. The 1 strength, sure, it helps with challenging, but also it does help the cards dodge things like Brawl and Zoo.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So
that's the deck.
There you have it. You have Emerald Ruby Pirates and Amber Ruby Pirates. Now, just for the sake of the conversation. So, on this top row, 4 out of the 5 cards are not pirates. So, so I would not be able to run the.
I see. Yeah.
The Jolly Roger.
I have 90% pirates. That's why I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it works out really, really beneficial for you. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in the audience, we greatly appreciate all of the dedication that you give to this channel. And we are so thrilled to have you. Once again, at the end of the month, we're doing that giveaway. So please be sure to like and comment on the video. Once again, subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. But most importantly, when you're leaving a comment, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. If you think there's something that you can offer that would improve, or if there's something that you want us to build around specifically in one of the upcoming videos, we would love to oblige. All right, so thank you so much for taking your time out for watching this video. And on the next one, we'll see you around.